Welcome to the Rock, Alcatraz prison in San Francisco. Now, Alcatraz is serving as part of the artistic inspiration for the stunningly dark and gritty new game, Batman Arkham Asylum. So tonight, we're locking the doors and testing our own sanity. We're spreading our wings to find out everything you need to know about this game. This is Batman Arkham Asylum launched.
Welcome to my killer party.
The story begins not in the dark alleys of Alcatraz, but with the amazing and unique adventures of DC Comics' The Batman. Who is he? What elements will make him playable? What enemies do we want him to face? Excellent question. The answer? Lots of them. So why not trap him in the home to many a violent and insane criminal from the Batman universe, the House of Madness, Arkham Asylum, and lock the doors. Now, which villains? Of course we need the clown prince of crime, the Joker, voiced by the one and only Mark Hamill. Add an updated, sassy Harley Quinn. A little more of Bane's Venom, Poison Ivy's Vines, a wrestle with Killer Croc, a chase from the psychotic Zaz, and so many more. Batman plus Arkham plus villains equals good time. Getting there. Enter Paul Dini, writer and producer of Batman the Animated Series. Paul penned the game and expanded the wingspan of the Batman universe. And speaking of wings, Batman, Kevin Conroy, brings his voice. The developers at Rocksteady fine-tuned the free-flow combat. There's a really cool inverted takedown, the seductive sound of silence, and all the toys, and toys. Throw it all into a console and you get a great game, right? But is it good enough to face off against the most evil villain of them all? The media.
In the past, Batman games have tried, but really very few have come close to, providing that experience that Batman fans are really looking for.
Batman, he may not have superpowers, but he's probably the most powerful and capable superhero of all time. And that's hard to turn that kind of character into one of those video game characters that's going to be fallible, and it's going to include that challenge for the player.
I think what people are going to like about this Batman game is it's a thinking Batman. It's kind of a mix of tactical and action.
I've played a lot of the game already, and it's absolutely staggering. They nailed it at every level. They got the right voice cast, the right writers, and Rocksteady was ready for the job.
Come on, boys, he's just one man. One man dressed like a lunatic and armed with a T. Go get him!
All right, I've made it to Rocksteady Studios here in North London. And this is Sefton, who's the game director on Batman Arkham Asylum. This journey for you started over 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, that's right. Really, when we first started, we wanted just to create a really good Batman experience, something that felt authentic to Batman.
We borrowed voices and characterizations from the animated series, borrowed the look from some of the more extreme-looking graphic novels. We brought elements of him being a detective into the game, which harkens back to like the mid-'70s interpretation of Batman.
Batman is such an admirable person. He can just put his feet up and, be, Donald Trump. And instead, he puts on this outfit and goes out and fights crime. I love it. It's so wonderfully ludicrous on its face.
He's highly moral. He has every reason to kill, but he chooses not to.
He has this lovely duality to him, like he has this incredible power, but he's extremely vulnerable as well because he isn't a superhero, he doesn't have superpowers. Right. It's easy to focus on one area and miss all those other elements that make Batman who he is.
Batman brings Joker in the Batmobile to Arkham Asylum. He thinks that he's taking Joker to be locked away there.
Batman's suspicious right from the off because he thinks, well, it's a bit easier than it normally is, so he's going to follow Joker deep into the bowels of the asylum and make sure that he's deposited safely away. But little does he know that Joker's got a little bit of help from the inside, and that's how he's going to turn the tables on Batman.
I set a trap, and you sprang it gloriously.
Joker and Batman are always the fun team-up,
I think when an extreme hero who wears a bat outfit to fight crime, you need an over-the-top, colorful crown prince of crime to match up to him.
Actually, the first time you hear the theme in the game is on like a double bass section, double with cellos, so it's all really low, and in a way, actually, the theme moves up through those instruments as the game progresses to get higher and higher.
Now, this game is a sort of psychological journey for Batman, so how does the audio and the music reflect that?
Well, we have some quite good moments. There's lots of references, actually, in the music to other bits of music that might have cropped up in the Batman mythology. You would know it probably from kind of horror music type sounds.
Coming up, we dissect the Bat, go crazy inside the walls of Arkham, and meet the immoral inmates who live to drive this Batman insane.
What's the matter? You don't like the cards you've been dealt?
Arkham Asylum remains under lockdown. Its staff at the mercy of the rampaging inmates.
The criminal clown has gathered Gotham's worst villains under one roof. Joker's on you. Batman knows it's gonna be one of those nights.
Any enemy of the Bat is a friend of mine.
Batman finally has Arkham full. He's cleaned up Gotham, and he brings in the Joker, and the Joker masterminds this prison takeover. And every villain from Gotham is in the asylum, and they have Batman.
Take the key to the crock. You failed. Now suffer.
Riddle me this. What do you need besides Batman's brawn to survive?
The best surprise for us was our treatment of Riddler, and we've tried to make a darker character. We want someone who really thinks they're better than Batman and really, again, trying to push him in a different direction, an intellectual direction. And I think it's worked well in the game.
Don't get puzzled, you won't see the Riddler inside Arkham, but as the world's greatest detective, you have to use your head to solve his riddles to move forward in the game.
You have these individual characters who have these unique strengths where they can take on Batman in their area where they're strong, like Bane, for example.
Sorry, as Bane. I will break you, Batman!
Every boss fight is unique to that boss because we really wanted to push the elements of that boss that would be interesting for Batman to be fighting against, so they had to have their own completely unique AI.
Oh, hiya, B-Man. Harley Quinn here. How do you like my new uniform?
She is, boy, wow.
Harley Quinn obviously is a fan favourite. Having Paul Dini involved means that you're kind of going to have Harley Quinn.
And Harley has been working mostly as the Joker's inside girl, helping him arrange this big, horrific surprise for Batman.
You have one chance to surrender, Quinn.
Tempting, Bat, but no dice.
She's mad, she's bad. Let's find out how Harley got her killer moves.
We've got Ashley covered in reflective markers, defining where her limbs are, and the cameras all around the room, you can see here, are picking up the markers. When you first see Harley, it's a situation where Harley is got hold of the warden and she's announcing the fact to Batman to say that she's running the place now. She pushes Warden in, all trussed up in a chair, and says, it's my show now.
Bye-bye for now.
I can't believe how badly I treat my girlfriend. Can you imagine? If I had a girlfriend like Harley Quinn, I'd be so grateful.
The laughing lunatic lives to torment the Bat. No joke, this is one crazy clown.
Not so tight, boy.
Obviously, we had to have Joker. He's such a great antagonist, and here's a guy with such remarkable charisma. He makes you smile while at the same time making your life such a misery.
It's my all-time favorite villain to write is the Joker. If Death could wink and smile, he'd be the Joker. And it's fun taking myself to that place every once in a while.
The world is a stage, and I am the star.
I hate him, but I love him.
Mark just seemed to have a great time just playing with being Joker. We even increased the amount of Joker in the game based on his performance. Went back, recorded more stuff.
What I love about the Joker, he's his own boss. He picks his own hours.